Hello, I'm Marcus Alton, the editor of the tribute website brianclough.com, and welcome to this bonus edition of The Green Jumper.
He's got all the credentials, he's got the pedigree, he's well liked, he's got everything going for him.
Cloughie enjoyed some memorable victories over Liverpool, none more so than when his Nottingham Forest knocked out the European champions in the first round of the European Cup in 1978. In our chat for The Green Jumper, Tony Woodcock recalls that famous 2-0 win at the City Ground and how some pre-match advice from Cloughie made all the difference. The manager also pulled off a masterstroke by boosting the incentives for the first round, as he explained more than 25 years later.
Now, Liverpool were winning every single thing in those days, and I thought, well, if we beat Liverpool and we're odds against beating them, then at least we can go on a little bit further. So I bounced the incentives up to such an extent the players couldn't believe it. They said, Gaffy, you've dropped a clanger. And I think I gave them £1,000 for he and £1,000 for Liverpool, which by Nottingham Forest standards 25 years ago was an absolute fortune. And I then had to tell the board of directors that do they want to beat Liverpool, because if they do they're going to have to pay, and it's a match for nothing the next round, so to speak, and everybody expects Liverpool to thrash us in any case, so you're not going to pay a penny.
Cloughie also liked to tell the story of how the normally calm Liverpool boss Bob Paisley was infuriated even before the match.
My little son was with us and he said, what strip are you playing? I said, we're playing in our strip. Oh, he said, you can't, he said, we're red. I said, you'll play according to the rules. He said, I'll spin you for it. So I gave our Nigel the coin. I said, get that. And I said, once he's called heads, I said, flick it over like anything, catch it there, and if it comes heads, do that, and it's tails, And he slammed the door of the dressing room going out, and he literally nearly slammed it off its hinges. And he said, and he shouted going out the door, and we all started laughing. He said, I can't even win the bloody toss against this lot, because we had a bit of a hoodoo over them. They couldn't beat us, simple as that.
The first goal of that European match in September 1978 involved a pass from Tony Woodcock to Garry Birtles, who slotted the ball into the net.
Hi, it's Tony Woodcock here. You're listening to The Green Jumper Pod with Marcus Alton.
I remember it in the famous victory at home to Liverpool in the European Cup. I think Cloughie did give you some instructions beforehand which paid dividends.
Well, as far as I can remember, the only one occasion he says, listen, as a centre forward or as a striker, I could roam around and was pretty free. I could go in the middle, down the left, down the right. So wherever the ball was and where I was moving. But he did say before the game, listen, just they're expecting you to be doing that. Just stick a little bit more onto the right-hand side if you can, right? Yeah. That's all he said. Just stick a little bit more to the right-hand side. I think where you're coming from now is that, it was a little side pass from the right to Garry Birtles and then a cushion header back to Colin Barra, both in that sort of, half-right position on the field. Yes. So when Mr. Clough said something, it normally always worked anyway, so it was good.
When I interviewed Garry Birtles at the civic reception for the Cloughie statue in Nottingham back in 2008, I asked him about the brief exchange he had with Liverpool and England defender Phil Thompson during the match.
The England Phil Thompson, the rookie Birtles, the carpet fitter from Long Eaton, they were the best side in Europe without doubt. They were fantastic players, great side, and he was marking me. And we were 1-0 up deep in the second half before we got the second, obviously, and he said one won't be enough to take back to Anfield, which, a lot of teams it wouldn't have been. So I didn't say anything. We scored the second, and I don't know why I just came out. I went up to him and said, well, will 2 be enough? And I really shouldn't have said that, because England international, carpet fitter, wasn't really the fitting thing to say, but it just came out.
Let's be honest, it's a fairytale footballing story. It's never going to be repeated if you look at it, where you just scrape in by the skin of your teeth into the big league, and then you're champions, and then you're European champions, then there's a couple of League Cups and Charity Shields, and it just goes on.
Some great memories and stories there. Don't forget to subscribe for more memories of the great man in the green jumper.